Hello everyone and welcome to Hot Cars, and you join me today in the 2021 Toyota Highlander XSE. Now the Highlander was heavily rehauled in the 2020 model year with an all new generation of vehicle, and I've tried out this vehicle once before as a hybrid, and what I'm going to really allude to in this video is that I think the hybrid application is the better version of this vehicle, but this XSE does have quite a few unique selling features. So first off, the XSE is a new trim for 2021. As you can plainly see from the outside, the XSE gets a totally different face from the rest of the Highlanders. It doesn't have that silver propeller blade thing around the badge. It's just one big black grille, and then the lower bumper is a totally different design as well. With the XSE, we get unique 20-inch rims, and with the interior application, even though it's largely the same seat design and material use, we do have some extra interesting touches. So there's this huge piece of what I presume is faux carbon fiber, because I'd be really surprised if Toyota put the money to make this whole component into a real carbon fiber piece. But I say all this because it is very convincing. I'm not offended with it the same way that I am with a lot of other faux carbon fiber trims you see in plenty of other economy vehicles. So the look on the inside is good. The look on the outside I think is fantastic, but it isn't just only the superficial things that have changed with the XSE. This car has a sports tuned suspension system, and in the past I have said how when I've tried out various Toyota and Lexus products, that the difference between the normal version and the sport tuned version, talking about suspension systems here, is that I didn't really feel anything different. Even back to back, I couldn't really tell. But the differences with this XSE versus the last Highlander I tested out, which was probably 6-8 months ago, I do not remember this vehicle having this kind of characteristic with the suspension. Now, what do I mean by this? In this XSE, the ride does feel involving. On a highway, it is constantly readjusting on the road. Here on a little bit of broken tarmac, I can feel each wheel moving about independently, and I'm not quite sure this is what you would want out of what is meant to be a family mid-size 7-seater SUV. Or in the case of the XSE, it is strictly a 7-seater. They take away that third middle seat in the second row, because to be more sporty by definition is to be less practical, so they took away that option from you. I'll come back to the seating and the other ergonomics a little later in this video, but already this vehicle does feel a little compromised to me, because I just can't think of many people that want a vehicle like this and want it to feel like it's a hot hatch or something. It's a little perplexing to me. Saying all that though, the XSE is nice to drive. If it was any other vehicle, I'd probably commend it for being firm and feeling quite agile on the road, but I just don't think it suits the character and the mission of this Highlander. Another thing that Toyota subjects you to if you were to go for the XSE is limiting you to only one powertrain configuration. You can't get the hybrid with the XSE. It's only the 3.5 litre naturally aspirated V6 with all-wheel drive. The power from this engine is adequate, very understressed in typical Toyota fashion. Automatic stop-start systems are something you don't really find in the normal internal combustion engine Toyota and Lexus products. Toyota just doesn't think they serve enough well in the long term in terms of reliability, so this vehicle doesn't have it. And when you come to a complete stop, and of course the engine doesn't turn off, you feel that engine and the powertrain really rumbling about. It is slightly unrefined, not totally unpleasant, but given that this is a Toyota product, I was expecting something a little better, in all honesty. Mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, this engine produces 295 horsepower and 263 pound-feet of torque, has quite a responsive throttle. You can change around the different driving modes from Eco, Normal, Sport. You have another little button for snow, but then you have a tiny little rotary wheel that can change between mud and sand mode and rock mode. So this is giving the computers a hint as to what you want the all-wheel drive systems to do. So the driving aspects of the Highlander XSE are quite nice, totally pleasant, but I'll say it again, not what I think people are looking for out of this category of vehicle. So let's move over to the ergonomics. In the XSE, it is sitting at one of the higher level mid trims, so we've got plenty of great tech in here. We've got a 7-inch screen in between the two dials, an 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Amazon Alexa integration, tri-zone climate control, heated front seats, 3 USB plugins right here, and I love the clever feature of being able to feed the wire up into this little shelf you have underneath the air vents. Really cleans up this space. Love seeing that. And here in the center console, if you pull it back, you do have the wireless phone charger here. Bit of an odd placement for it, but if it's there charging, it's out of your way, so you're not going to be distracted by it. There isn't too much shiny black plastic, mostly the surrounds for your climate control and the touch screen. Plenty of flat matte plastics up along here on the door cards and down in this center tunnel. Almost all of the plastics that you interact with are soft touch, and either this bit here in the center console, the outside and the inside are slightly rubberized, so you can comfortably lean your elbow in there and you're not going to get bruised or anything. Even though all the materials are dark, I wouldn't really say it's a dark space because you've got plenty of glass. We've got a sunroof up above, as you can see. Problems with the cabin up front? Really, there aren't many. The biggest irritation that I've had during my week of testing is that it's been around -25 to -45 here in town. And this vehicle doesn't have a heated steering wheel. And when you drive around in the bitter cold, and this leather has frozen in place and you're getting frostbite to the touch, and you drive like this to try and limit the coldness, it's a very simple feature that I'm sure they could have added in, and I know it's on the higher trim levels, but to exclude it from the XSE, that is a particular annoyance to me. There might be a few too many buttons going on with the climate control, but given that you're controlling the passenger, the driver, and the rear climate settings all through here as well, I think it could be worse. For the second row space in the Highlander XSE, like I mentioned earlier, you have the third middle seat taken away, and you've just kind of got a cup holder storage space built into the floor. Seats can slide forwards and backwards, fold a little bit too. Second row space, therefore, is perfectly manageable for adults, and even if you are shopping for a vehicle with a lot of second row space and this one doesn't satisfy you, Toyota will happily point you towards the 2021 Sienna minivan, which I have to say is an excellent vehicle. Third row, though, is strictly reserved for children under 4 foot tall. There's no way I could get back there. I tried. It took me about a minute to just kind of fold my body in place. So for anybody that's my sort of size, don't even attempt trying. But it's great that those seats easily fold away. You get a flat floor, so if you need to convert this into more of a thing-moving device as opposed to a people-moving device, the Highlander excels quite well. In summation, the Highlander XSE is a vehicle I don't think necessarily needs to exist, but it is a good vehicle. Overall, I wouldn't recommend this over the hybrid Highlander. If you're looking for a sexier looking Highlander, then there you go, you've got it. But are your kids gonna really appreciate being jiggled about a little bit more on a rough bit of road? Are they gonna be upset that they're not gonna be able to carry one more friend because that seat has been replaced with some cup holders on the floor? I don't know. Me personally, I would rather have the hybrid. I think it was a better execution of this vehicle, and I'm personally a huge fan of Toyota's latest hybrid technology. So this isn't the vehicle for me. It might be the vehicle for you. So then, if you're going to the dealership to check out this Highlander, I would highly recommend that you, one, try out a V6 version and a hybrid version, and then if you've determined that you like the V6 more than the hybrid, then try the XSE separately so you can really feel the differences in the ride quality. And that's everything I want to say about this 2021 Toyota Highlander XSE. Thank you so much for watching on Hot Cars. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. All of those wonderful things really helps us out a lot. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the channel again soon.